This Minnesota team is so deep, and they have great players all across the perimeter, down low. The way that they put this team together is outstanding.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Between the Denver Nuggets at home, laying 5.5 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves, total is now down to 205.5. The market saying that the opener was too many points. And in game one, that was a hell of a performance by the road team. Minnesota took them down. They have a 1-0 lead. They're now favored to win the series here. I don't think Denver is going to come back and win the series if they lose this game tonight. I don't think they're going to win 4 out of the next 5 because Minnesota is so good and they match up with them so well. And as I've been saying now for the last 4 months probably, this Minnesota team is so deep and they have great players all across the perimeter, down low. The way that they put this team together is outstanding. And when you listen to people talk about this team or broadcast, not only this team, but I'm going to throw in Oklahoma City, the surprise in their voice when they're talking about some of the other players that they, I don't know, have maybe watched for the first time all year long. They have no idea what kind of a player Alexander Walker is. They have no idea how good defensively Jaden McDaniel is, for the not every one of them, but some of them. So that they have 7-8 dudes that can go out there and play. They have the 6th man of the year who was a total no-show in the first half, and he is, along with Edwards, the reason why they won that game. Cat got into foul trouble, which, by the way, is going to be a thing, I believe, in this entire series.
It always is.
Yep. So,
and he's stupid fouls.
Yeah, and it's going to be obvious, and he's going to cry about it, and it's sickening to watch. Clean up your act, pal, because it's no longer entertaining. But this is a telltale sign. They're announcing awards this week in the NBA. Tonight's Rookie of the Year. Tomorrow night is Defensive Player of the Year. That means that Rudy Gobert is going to be your winner because he's not playing. They're going to have him on the show, I'm guessing. So Gobert's going to win. No surprise to anybody. But my point all year long has been, look at how many guys they have in front of him that are like elite at playing defense. And that certainly helps out. Wembanyama has nobody. That was my point. But regardless.
No, you're right. I mean, look who they threw at Joker in game 1. It's Reed, Gobert, and Cat.
Right.
And they're tiring him out. And they said, and they asked Joker, how can you combat this and overcome this? He said, I have to clone myself. It was a great answer. I didn't even think they played well.
They didn't.
They're up 18-4, and it's sloppy Joe. It's turnovers all over, bad shots given, and they still win the game because they have this. And I know we got to pump the brakes, but it's going to get out of control if they win tonight. But rightfully so, with an organization who had no success. It's the Michael Jordan stuff with Edwards and what he's doing and taking over games. They're 5-0 in the playoffs. They were underdogs against the Suns, like gum on my shoe. Get out of here. Swept them. And now if they can win this one tonight, you're going to get their best shot, though, with the champs because they know that you can't go down 0-2. But this number one defense and how good they are and so many guys that can score and Ant just taking over in the second half. It's a fun team to watch. I like the Knicks. They're likable, well coached as well, and a great story here with a huge long shot, which we'll get to coming up. Oh. But again, there's a lot to like because they didn't play well in game 1, yet they still won with Cat ridiculous fouls and a lot of guys struggled shooting the ball and ridiculous turnovers.
McDaniels and Alexander Walker gave them nothing offensively. No. But they're going to shine defensively, and this was my biggest, there is no comparison here with the depth. It just so happens that Joker's the best player in the world, and how far can he carry this team again this year?
Yep.
Murray's questionable tonight. The guy who has to really go scorched earth for Denver is going to be Michael Porter, because I don't know what you're going to get out of Gordon. Probably not a lot in this series, and I don't know if Caldwell Pope is really going to give you anything. And then beyond that, they basically have nobody that's going to help out. I mean, and if Edwards is going to play like he's been playing, I'm not going to call him the best player in the series because it is Jokic after all, but he's right behind him. And then behind that, if Murray doesn't go off every game, it's like, okay, well then the Wolves have the second best player, third, fourth, fifth best player in the series.
Yep.
And another thing about Gobert, he either got scorched by Joker in the first 3 quarters or wasn't even on him. I will tip my cap. He played a really good fourth quarter defensively.
Well, there's no fear. Joker goes right at him.
Oh, of course he does. He owns a guy.
Yeah, he goes right at him. Yeah. I'll give you that too. But this is so intriguing tonight about, who knows, maybe they blow them out and it's okay. Well, we got the split. We go back to Minnesota and you see what the champs are made of. But I think it's a great matchup for Minnesota. And how we talked about it Friday, the head-to-head in the regular season. But this is, they're no joke. Number one defense for a reason. And the depth is a big deal. No doubt about it. And even a guy like Conley, to have that veteran presence in what he does. Horrible job by the Lakers. We knew Ham was going to get whacked, but they went with Russell over Conley. They could have had Conley. I mean, the guy, he's a great veteran to have at this time of the year as well. So they'd only lost one home playoff game in 2 years. Well, make it number 2 now. And to still think Denver had the lead at halftime. But as far as the total, though, too, in the big adjustment, it's 23 against 26 against pace. So does it get to 205 or 206? That's another one, too, because both teams are just going to walk the ball up here.
Yeah. No, I mean, the market is they bet it down 2 points already. Now, for the Nuggets to be a 5.5-point favorite, again, they're playing in altitude. There was only 1 day off for rest. And it is the champs with the bounce back / season on the line, zigzag kind of theory here in work.